So hello everyone, I'm Richard Yang from Beijing. I represent the project COCOS Blockchain Expedition. We are a full stack development platform for games on different blockchain infrastructures. So COCOS-BCX, we provide everything for developers to make games and game economies on decentralized platforms. We cover many blockchain systems. For example, we work with NEO, we work with ETH, and also other DPoS mechanism-based blockchains. So the objective is to move forward this whole industry because we believe that game as a digital entertainment experience, they're valuable, so they're assets. And the blockchain mechanism apply to this market as well. That's in general what we are. And to be specific, we provide a few components. Number one, we have a COCOS chain, which is based on delegated proof of stake. And number two, we have an engine. That engine would enable people to develop and operate games on different blockchains. And we also have other protocols to support the game economy circulation. So one thing that we believe is that the blockchain mechanism doesn't apply to all the games. It's all based on the game economy and nature themselves. For example, we believe some kind of games, for example, like card games, like Magic the Gathering type of games, they are naturally fit for blockchain mechanism. But some of the games, for example, fighting games, their core value is like high response, interaction. In the first stage, this kind of games, they're not really good for blockchain. If we look at digital games, it's a $130 billion US market every year. To our estimation, the games that can use blockchain mechanism is about 80%, 70%, 80% of that market, which is 100 billion. At the same time, we think some of the offline games, for example, board games, can be migrated to digital with this mechanism. So this is the market size we're dealing with. Yeah. So first of all, we have all the details that we proposed in the white paper about how the economy runs. But essentially, COCOS-BCX platform is an economic engine supported by technology. So it also follows the rules of this, like gaming, how the profit should be distributed to gaming. So basically, if we look at the use of the COCOS token in the future, it would be like paying each other, trading stuff. But behind that is that if there's, for example, 1,000 won coming into this system, how it is distributed. So we, as a technology provider, we always have an angle to take a small fraction of the profit. For example, on blockchain mechanism, a lot of the game developers may make money by selling items or taking the commission when people trade items made by the developers. But we, as the enabling technology, we probably take a small percentage from what the developers make. So these are very natural, which is like how this world operates. So that's how we make money. But of course, we have different, for example, we have different items that we can do it. Provide services, charging guests, like utility fees, things like that. We see that a mechanism, for example, smart contracts, automatically execute what we have agreed on. But the biggest issue is that it's difficult to connect the digital world and the physical world. For example, if we want to track an orange by using blockchain mechanism, of course the information is totally trackable and theoretically unbreachable. But how do we really control the real world happening? But gaming, along with other entertainment, let's say digital experiences, they are naturally online. They are created online, used online, transferred online. And our happiness, which is the value they gave us, they are purely digital experience. So putting the experience of part of my team before, like Fred and James, they were in gaming for a long time. But the number one priority is that gaming is naturally good for blockchain, everything online, and also it's the time, money, and data that we spend. It's our assets. So we believe game is a very solid use case in this for blockchain, as more and more projects agree on this coming to gaming. Blockchain is for storage and transfer of valuables. So from that very basic idea, and we try to figure out what gamers or developers can utilize that feature. So any game that, number one, the game experience is based on these collectibles or valuables, rather than some interactive experiences, they can somehow use this mechanism. Let me share a full picture. I wonder if I can draw something on this blackboard. Can we? Do you mind if I draw something? But what is the biggest value for a game? Very easy. It has to be fun. They don't really, players do not care about blockchain game. If we go to any player, we say blockchain game, they would say and most of the developers, if you game developers, if you talk about blockchain technology in gaming, they would be, give me some tools so I can make money. But behind the fun in this game, we can find different merits, rationales. For example, sense. It includes image, sound, interaction. It can be psychological. For example, you got social. You got, for example, anxiety. It also can be economy, which is resource to survive, exchange. Human nature. Human nature. We want to survive. We need resource to do that. And a lot of the number games are based on that human nature. So if any game that has that element, or if any game creates something that lasts for long, this fun can be enhanced by this mechanism. That's the reason for all why blockchain make game, or why blockchain can be used in a game. So in the future, users don't even feel it's blockchain enabled. Right now we're having our testnet released in next month. So actually we have the development done for already 2-3 months. But we're tuning that internally. And the mainnet would be online first half next year. It's still to be decided if we want to launch it earlier or later, because we're going to maintain the mainnet and also the testnet at the same time. So the developers can test their application on the testnet. When they feel ready, they can go onto the mainnet. I think the final goal of COCOS-BCX is not really up to the current team, because in the future there will be more people, developers, joining the platform. The final goal is to, by providing the technology, probably we can help others achieve their own goal. Today we see their first objective is definitely to make money. Players definitely want better games. But I think that will be one of the final results. Better games. Players are happy. Developers are happier. But for us, let's call that a final goal. Let's call that, I don't know, because blockchain is such an interesting mechanism that people can have different objectives, but they can share some, what we call that consensus. We hear that a lot.